Wow. Kind of windy out there. I'm really glad I'm inside. Wow, it's really something out there, folks. Okay, we're inside the shop where it's nice and warm. What a difference a day makes. We're done testing the Chestnut Suburban. Turned out very well. Like I said, there's only a few changes I want to make. And let's look at these forks over here. This is a pair of 20-inch forks, and I'm not really even sure they're Schwinn. Got this weird, I guess a D-shaped axle would go in there. I'm thinking Schwinn Scrambler, but I could be wrong. There's no real paint left on them. I thought I saw some blue somewhere, but they may have been black. There is some numbers forged in. One of them says 80-A. One of them says 44. And then on this side, which is strange, it's 70. Looks like it says 78 right here. It's got this welded piece here. Very roughly welded. Doesn't really look like Schwinn would do something like that. There's even some slag on there, some sharp spots. I believe that is a 1/4-20 hole. It's kind of a welded brace kind of thing. The bottom race is very worn and sharp, but it's on there really tight, and that's a good sign. That means that when you do pound that off, there's no damage in between the race and the fork, supposedly. There is some thread damage on here. And we'll get a measurement on the steering tube in a moment. This is a Schwinn part here that I just had laying around to make sure it threads. But there is somebody skipped a washer over there. You know, they turned the washer into the thread. It's not too deep. I would run a 1-inch chaser over it. It's not that bad. It's usable, but I would keep an eye on it and at least run the chaser on there for sure. But the adjuster does spin past it, which is, I guess, a good sign. And let's get a measurement on this. Pretty sure this is for a 20-inch. Definitely not a 24-inch fork. Okay, let's see what we got here. From where the race pounds flat onto to the tip is, it looks like 5 1/4 maybe. Yeah, it looks pretty close to 5 1/4 on the steer tube. And obviously this is for a 20-inch wheel. Yeah, pretty sure that's for a 20-inch wheel. Yeah, and there's no front brake holder. Pretty sure that's a 1/4-20 screw. We could get a bolt and thread it in there and see. Yeah, we got a 1/4-20 screw here. That would also be an indicator that it would be a Schwinn part, but I'm not really sure on this. I don't think Schwinn would make something without cleaning the slag off of it. That doesn't appear to be 1/4-20 unless it's damaged. The jury's still out on that. Looks smaller than 1/4-20. Okay, but there's slag there, and I don't think that's like Schwinn to do something like that. And it's got these weird cross point things going on. Maybe Scrambler? Definitely not Schwinn Hurricane. And maybe a Scrambler. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Chime in. It looks like Schwinn. I can't see any Schwinn markings anywhere. Okay, on to the next thing. Let's see if it rings true. Yes, it does. This is a 20-inch chain guard. It appears to be from a girl's bike from the late 50s. It was red. It's missing the back attachment. I think it's Schwinn because this looks kind of Schwinn. This little raised dented part here kind of looks like Speedster, or Girls Fair Lady, or maybe early 60s, late 50s. That's been re-drilled. That's wrong. This appears to be Schwinn. And the red color, I mean, I could get some remover and get that off of there, but definitely either someone drilled that or it was for a lady's bike for the 3-speed. It would catch the cable and go up to the brake. Definitely for a girl's bike. Definitely re-drilled for something else. Probably Schwinn. It looks like Cardinal Red or that Schwinn Red. You know, if you really got really thick paint on this too. Let's get a measurement on this. Okay, from the correct hole, the one that's not drilled, to the edge where the back tab would be is approximately 14 1/8 to that back hole, which means that it probably would go a little further with the right piece, which I don't really have. It's slightly mangled. I believe this is for a 20-inch bike, I'm pretty sure, or 24. Kind of a sharp edge here. That might have been where the cranks came up and hit it. Maybe. That looks like a thumbprint, though. Looks like somebody was handling it when it was wet. Yeah, this is... the jury's still out on this. It probably is Schwinn. It really does look like a Schwinn. The bend here, you know, the raised diamond part there. It's hard to see in the light. Yeah. Okay, well, I hope you guys are having a great day. Okay, all you Schwinn experts, chime in and let me know. What do I have here? Is this Schwinn Scrambler? Is it just some weird aftermarket thing? I do have some 24-inch forks that look like this, that do have this little stampy hole in it. And they're definitely not Schwinn. So I don't know. I'm leaning towards Schwinn Scrambler, but I've been wrong before. And, you know, I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. I make lots of mistakes. They're all right here. Hey, have a good New Year, folks. And, hey, people have already chimed in that they bought a project bike to work on in the new year. This is important. It's part of your whole psyche. It's part of your whole feeling good and reusing things and making sure things don't go to the landfill and get smelted down and made into brand new Tesla batteries and stuff like that. So, you know, save an old bike. You know, fix it up for your neighbor. Just get one at the flea market. It doesn't have to be a Schwinn. Fix it up. Spend some time on it. Dial it in. Give it to some neighborhood kid or something. With a helmet, of course. You know, you don't want to be responsible for that. Anyway, have a good day and think good thoughts. All right. All right. Back to work.